And I lived for 86 years from 1797 to 1883. I came to have this name when one day the voice of God spoke directly to me, giving me the same, giving me the name Sojourner Truth. And the mission to travel the land speaking the truth against all matters that deny or prevent the delivery of God given rights of all the people from the youngest to the oldest. Let's see the first of these let's just the first of these matters which to address today is the truth about the quote. Oh, okay. This is still her talking.
It's all her talking.
Okay. The first of these matters which I wish which I
Oh, that's a
that's
typo.
supposed to be wish, right?
Which
I wish to address today is the truth about the quote, ain't I a woman? I never said it. My good associate Marcus Robinson was the secretary for the Women's Convention in Akron, Ohio, and he recorded verbatim what I said. According to Mr. Robinson records, I posed the following three quotes to my audience. One, can any man do more than that? She said that
Okay.
with the D. Than that. Two, and how come Jesus, how came Jesus into the world? Three, man, where was your part? Not ain't I a woman, let alone the four times, okay, we jumping, four times fabrications. Okay, we got it. Okay, we're taking this out then.
Yeah.
We're taking this out here.
Yeah,
We're
or
removing that.
or figuring out if you want to keep it in. So that was the woman, right? Frances Dana Barker Cage fabricates in her telling of
Yeah, Francis Cage. But yeah, Francis Hannah Baker. Always putting the whole name in there.
so not one ain't I a woman, let alone the four times Frances Cage fabricates in her telling of what I said to an audience that overflowed with abolitionists and progressive thinkers determined to make the world a better place. Um,
I have devoted my life to the pursuit of equal rights for all and especially for black women who literally gave birth to and built the United States of America with our blood. Video, okay. With our blood, sweat and tears. When I was 9 years old, I was sold at an auction with a flock of sheep for $100. My new owner, John Netley, was cruel and harsh. He beat me daily. Once he beat me with a bundle of rods, which pained me quite severely for some time after. She still wore those scars.
Mm-hmm.
John nearly sold me to my next owner, Mark T.S.
Scriver.
They were gypsies.
Mm.
Yeah, they were gypsies. Uh, uh, Tavern owner who sold me 18 months later to John Dumont. Did I say his name right? Dumont.
Mm-hmm.
Who has caused me much con-
Consternation.
consternation. Okay. Consternation is
Hmm.
consternation. It is what that word means.
Just trouble, aggravation.
Okay. I had the impression that she enjoyed being with that man until the end.
Well,
Yeah.
he was the one that put her soul to son, isn't he?
That was because she left him.
Whatever.
Yeah. No,
so much consternation means they had like a really tumultuous.
That was at the end.
Okay.
She enjoyed working for that man. That's the reason why one of the reasons why she outworked the men,
Mm-hmm.
because she was always wanting to please him. She wanted to please him.
Okay.
Yeah, and he praised her a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He praised her as his best worker, and the wife resented her because he thought so highly of her.
Okay.
But at the end, when she wanted to leave, because what they call it, the time thing, the when you work for so long,
Indentured servitude, the
yeah,
contract.
it was getting ready to come to an end because it was state law,
Mm-hmm.
by a certain time, and her time was coming,
Okay.
and she had hurt her hand, so he told her that she couldn't leave because she hurt her hand and she didn't produce as much as she normally. And he said that she had to spin some wool. She had to spin the wool. So she worked herself overtime to spin all the wool. So when all the wool was done, she says, "Okay, the wool is done. Now I can leave." And he said no.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to lose her because she was his best worker. So that's when she left. She just took her baby and she walked out.
Okay.
When she walked out, that's when she found the other people that were Quakers, I think. And then he came after her. He knew where she was, but this place wasn't far. And he said, "So you leave me?" And she said, "Yes."
Okay.
And he says, "Are you coming back home?" She said, "No."
Right.
And that's when he said, "Okay, I'll take the baby." He was going to take the baby.
Right.
And she said, "No." And then the Quaker came outside and gave him some money. And he paid
All right.
for her and the baby.
Okay.
After he left
Right.
and went back to the house, he was still mad because she didn't come back.
Right.
That's when she sold his son. But other than that, she enjoyed working for the man.
Well, see, I think that this is the exactly kind of, what you just said. We would have that be part of 18 months later to John Dumont, who caused me much consternation on some of my most important and intimate matters. And then you kind of explain exactly
What happened?
what happened,
Okay. Some
So-
of my most consternation.
Huh? She's at the food distribution event that her company, the office is doing
Where is that?
at social services,
Okay, so give me a street, I don't know where
right across from Norcom High School.
I, right across from Northern High School.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So,
Consternation.
yeah.
On some of my most important and intimate matters. 12 years later, in 1863, after I gave that speech in Akron, Ohio, at the Women's Convention, Frances Dana Baker Cage published her version of my speech And from
Her lies. And from her lies and deceit.
And from her lies and deceit, I learned a way
I learned
about myself, right?
something along
Okay,
those lines.
maybe about myself. For example, many of the, see, that's the lie.
Right.
Many of my 13 children had been sold away in slavery. Before Mrs. Cage's false biography, I had only 5 children, and I do not think I forgot about the other 8. What an insult.
And you can do that. You can laugh and have fun with it, you know?
What an insult Miss Cage does to a mother who loves her precious children. My firstborn James died while he's stillborn.
While still a child.
Still a child. Okay, while still a child. My next was Diane, and her father, John Dumont, caused me much. Sherry. So you already figured that Don Dumont was Diana's dad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you saw her picture?
No, I didn't.
All right, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it. Let me get them.
Okay. It sounded like you've been kidnapped, but it's really not that bad.
Because she does kind of look like she could have been the man's daughter, though, to tell you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book I got. Oh, this is her.
That's the daughter?
Yep, that's Diane.
My goodness gracious.
That's the oldest. See how much she looks? But
Mm-hmm.
she looks fair skinned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the
A
daughter.
little lighter than Sojourner, but
Yeah, that's a true picture.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a portrait. That's a picture.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a picture of her daughter, her oldest daughter.
All right. So,
Yeah, and this is the book I told you that has various pictures of her that I feel like if y'all want to use any of these pictures, there's a whole bunch of them in here. I gave the name of the book. See, it's a bunch of pictures.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Pictures I haven't.
She wore the same thing every day, didn't she?
Pictures I haven't seen. These are just different. See, pictures of her standing up. She looks like Buster King,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a bunch of them in here. It's a bunch of pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's just some of them. There's more. There's more some sketches that people like this one. These are just sketches that people drew, and this is some more pictures. This is, and then it's the one with the grave thing that I was telling you about. It's in the back of the book because it shows the statue that they did of her. A statue. I wanted to show you that because I don't know if I need to get you this book. Oh, here it is. No, it's not the statue. This is at the Detroit Public Library. That's not the statue. There's a statue of her.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm gonna have to get it for you later. So we could finish.
Okay. Well, we'll go through it definitely because We'll definitely be able to use that.
Uh, yeah, that statute is, because it has her date of birth and when she died, and I think it's in Massachusetts.
Hey, so are you finishing up at 2 or not? Oh, okay. Because your mother wants to go. I just giving you the heads up. That's all. But we're fine here. We're doing what we need to do. Julia's here. We're rehearsing, and but she's made it clear that she would like to go if she could. Okay. Take your time, whatever. And if it doesn't happen until 4, that's what it'll be. So Natasha is going to come back at 4, or we need to call and let her know?
Yeah, I'm gonna call her and tell her to be here before 4 o'clock.
Okay, all right. All right, so, well, I mean, if she needs to stay here, I'm fine, we're doing what we need to get done, so, do what works best for you. Okay, all right, bye-bye.
Here's the picture with Lincoln.
Yeah, I used to have that on my phone.
So easy, I come across that picture with the statue, and just when I want to show it
It
to you.
disappears, right?
Yeah, it's just that it's just not popping up.
That's the
But
way it
it's in
works.
this book. Mm-hmm.
Are you sure it's in that book?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yes.
Well, then we'll find it.
yeah. Okay, so where did I stop? I was talking about Francis Cage.
He illegally, no, we were at the last paragraph of the first page.
Okay, because I was here 13. Okay.
First point.
Oh yeah, when you were saying about that daughter was Dumont's daughter.
Mhm.
Before Mrs. Cage false biography, I had 5 children. Okay. What an insult, Mrs. Cage. That's her mother. Okay. Firstborn, James, okay, right, dying. Her father, John Dumont, caused me much consternation.
So we've already
He-
said that upstairs before, but anyway, keep going.
He illegally sold my 5-year-old son, Peter, to a harsh Alabama slaveholder who beat my poor, undefended boy. It was my good fortune to know a generous couple like Isaac and Maria Van Wagenen, who helped me fight in the courts until I got Peter back with me and his 3 sisters. I became the first black woman to take a white man to court and win.
Mhm.
Some of that accent sounds to me like almost like in the island.
The island?
The islands are, Caribbean.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Dutch
Mhm.
also, a lot of the Dutch
Mhm.
had a lot of influence in that.
Mhm.
In fact, I didn't know until yesterday when I was looking at this guy who does accents.
Mhm.
No, he explains the accents. That's what he does.
Mhm.
And he said that South Africa, a lot of South Africans speak Dutch.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's the reason.
Yeah, Afrikaners.
Mhm.
Yeah, because they colonized.
Right,
that
exactly.
area. Yeah, that makes
Exactly.
sense. Okay. Okay.
So see that Dutch influence in some of New York,
Mm-hmm.
and I could hear the island accent, and that's the reason they another um, YouTube that I saw where this lady was talking to a panel that she was speaking in Dutch, but or they had the closed caption with
Mm-hmm.
the English, and
Mm-hmm.
she was saying, "Isn't that funny that if you have a Dutch accent in America, they don't seem to uh, to pay it as much attention
Mm-hmm.
because that accent has filtrated itself so much
Mm-hmm.
in the American language.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason why it doesn't, you know it don't disturb the mind
Mm-hmm.
like somebody with an accent from Australia or some place like that. Okay,
That's
so
interesting. It's just yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
over the years I have considered suing Miss Cage for was it a libel for
Mm-hmm.
libel,
Mm-hmm.
but being busy with so many issues of much more important than a scheming, screaming
Shrill.
square like Miss Frances Cage, such as she is. Squirrel, such as she is, seemed like a
Scant
scant
use of my time.
of time.
Mm-hmm.
She published her lies in 1875, 1881, and 1889. And now, many of you today are shocked to hear the truth about this, aren't you? Go on, give yourself a hand for this, for decide,
Deciding to come visit with old Sojourner Truth today.
for deciding,
Yeah.
deciding to come visit with old Sojourner Truth today. God say, humor thy father and mother.
Honor.
Oh, honor. Oh, God say, honor thy father and mother. Shoot. Repeat. Okay.
So
Oh, repeat
today,
it. Repeat it. Honor thy father and mother. Today, you
well, actually, I don't know what I was trying to say there. I
you
think
have me.
we were
Today
doing,
you have me. I think you have me,
but
and
this will go anyway because this was about today. What you've done visited me here at Africana. We were doing that very specific show, Africana in 2014 in Virginia Beach. So all of this is gonna go.
okay. Okay. So you're not gonna do the Africana.
No,
Virginia Beach was just cited as the third most conservative city in America. So, okay, we're not on.
we're not gonna do
Get
that.
all that done. Okay. Okay.
So
Gaining the rights guaranteed to the citizens of this great American land has been the work of my life. Gaining the rights
yeah, that's where we pick it
for
up.
women to vote equal like the man is most important.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, let's go to this next paragraph. We got to learn.
oh, okay. We
Welcome.
got to learn. We got to learn from the Bible and be like Esther, pushing back against those selfish men. Man, you're talking men because you say men. I'm
Okay.
trying to think of how they say men in Dutch. I gotta check how they say men in Dutch.
Okay.
The selfish men that got women rights and their own two women rights and their own two, and yet they still won't give women their rights. They keep them all to themselves. To do this in America makes a mockery of this democracy. If a woman owns a house or property, as I do, then that woman and I pay taxes. And if a citizen pays taxes, then that citizen should have a right to vote and a right to equal justice in the courts of the government. Furthermore, black women have birth babies. Black women have birth babies, built roads, and dug ditches, as if the man want to be fair, if the men want to be fair and make life better for women, then they should encourage the woman's rights to vote, because surely voting is easier than building roads. Oh boy, I'm telling you. Give me a little, I'm gonna have to say that plain, so give me a little break from the accent. Because I'm not sure. I need to check the men. I need to check the men. That because men is being said quite often. And I know man is said like that. They say man like that. And in the Dutch language, man is man.
Okay.
It's not another word. No, it's man.
Oh, okay.
And when they say it,
It is a
it's
copy.
man.
It is the copying English.
Yeah, it's because some words in other language, it's the same exact spelling
Right.
in English.
Right. Right.
Not all languages, but a lot of Dutch. You see, they'll say it like when they say the, and they don't from what I read, from what I heard, they do not say th. They will say, and also in German, they will say d. They will give the the. They do not say. They do not pronounce the th at all.
Okay.
So anything with the th supposed to be said duh. Okay, you just give me 1 second to check that,
Okay.
because I believe I put it in my iPad. I believe I put I believe I did the I know I did for Derek. Can't remember if I did for here. Okay, this is Dutch too. This is a YouTube, but this was a poor YouTube of the Dutch accent, because she's out in the park and you can hear all the noise from the trees. So let me see if I can go to the translation. 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 Okay. Well, I gotta put the which column in there. Okay. But right now, until I'll just go with it the
Okay.
way it is for right now. Okay. So, am I on allowing?
Yes.
Allowing all citizens equal access to vote is the key to the success of this democracy. After the war and with slavery ended, some of those who used to be slaves started living on government aid. Government aid is paid for by the taxpayers, and this arrangement is not good for colored people, nor for you, taxpayers here today, listening to me, listening to me,
Tell you what you already know.
tell you what you already know. Mm, the taxpayers in this arrangement is not good for the colored people, nor for you taxpayers here today listening to me tell you what you already know. Tell you what you already know. For the taxpayers listening, okay,
She's a conservative.
government aid is paid by the taxpayers, and this arrangement is not good for the colored people, nor for you taxpayers here today listening to me. Tell you what you already know. Tell you what you already know. Tell you what you already know.
This
Is that, would you
arrangement,
want it like that?
this arrangement is not good for the colored people,
Right.
nor for you taxpayers here today listening
Mhm.
to me tell you what you already know.
To me, tell you what. To me, listening to me,
Hmm.
listening to me, listening to me.
Right now, she's talking to her audience,
Mm-hmm.
and her audience are these basically white taxpayer people.
Right.
She's not talking to black people; they're not in the audience.
Mm-hmm.
She's the only black person in the building,
Okay.
and she's agreeing with them. She's agreeing. That's been their argument, that now that folks are free, they want to live off the government. Well, how about the government owes them something? And that was a big, it's still going on today. That they don't want reparations. They don't want, people to take from the, to receive from the government.
Mm-hmm.
They just basically said, okay, you're free now. Go ahead and make a life for yourself without any resources, without any, help whatsoever. That's the same thing they're trying to do today.
Mm-hmm.
So she was a conservative, and that's going to be a point of understanding who Sojourner Truth is.
Okay. Okay. Listening to me tell you what you already know. Why should you have to carry the burden of another man, woman, or child who is not legally bound to you by blood or contract?
That's some radical. I mean, she's just basically saying, we need to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, even if we don't have any boots on. I would have disagreed with Sojourner Truth if she was standing here in front of me today.
January 1st, 1871, on the 8th anniversary of Negro freedom, I spoke to an audience in Boston to this dilemma. I reported on 7 years of effect that included meeting with President Grant
Mm-hmm.
at President Grant.
You forget.
What's the
Yeah.
what you trying to say?
I don't know. Just
Okay, at the White House to secure land grants for them who used to be slaves. I talked about how colored men and women wanted to move their families away from places where the rebels were unhappy about the end of their being masters and owners, places where colored people were unprotected from shooting and being burnt out of their homes is no place to call home. The government needs to give colored people a chance to go out west and build their own homes where they can prosper.
so she's basically saying opposite of what she said to the white audience.
Mhm.
So obviously she's a politician. She knows what to say to her audience. And here she's saying we need to be able to like assist these people in terms of getting them, some assistance to be able to be out and go out and be successful. Okay.
This is what God had me to say on this day where we all gather to mark 8 years since President Lincoln had signed the Emancipation Proclamation, and whatever God commands determine what I say and do. The first time God spoke my name, Sojourner Truth, to me was on July 1st, 1843. And soon after I told my family and friends, the Spirit called me and I must go. My travels carried me across the country, speaking to hundreds and thousands of citizens like you here today. In many places, I was warmly welcomed, while in other places, not so much. Once I was looking at the note.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'm not sure. It might have been just a note
Forget
to
the
you.
yeah. Forget the notes as much as possible. There, just stick to the text.
Once, September 1853, I faced a group of young men in the audience who were, hissing and groaning about women wanting, oh, I don't know, this not the one, but the mob, that's not them. Hissing and groaning about women wanting their rights. So I said to them, you may hiss as much as you please, but women will get their rights anyway. You can't stop us. Neither another time in 1858, a voice from the crowd interrupted my speech to accuse me of being a man. I shocked the entire assembly by ripping open my blouse and showing my breasts. I guess you might call it a 19th century wardrobe malfunction. Ooh, Janet Jackson.
So we can do like a flash,
Yeah.
some movie clip kind of thing.
Yeah. Or what's that, Janet Jackson?
It was Janet Jackson. It was Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake.
Yeah. Or was that Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake? Oh, well, anyway.
Right.
Let's see. Oh, okay. Chuck Timberlake. Okay. Blouse. Showing my breasts. And I guess you call it, malfunction. Okay. Truth laughs at her joke. I think I was having one of those days, in this line of work. I raise and flow with the mob of the crowd.
The mood of the crowd.
But the crowd doesn't know anything about how, as a young woman, I fell in love with a man named Robert. See, a lot of some people trying to say that the first child was for Robert,
Mm-hmm.
but that can't be proven. If
Mm-hmm.
her first child was for Robert,
Mm-hmm.
so well, yeah, it very well could have been Dumont,
Mm-hmm.
but Dumont, Robert's slave owner had him beaten severely before she got pregnant,
Okay.
or before she was known to have the baby.
Okay.
So I think they just, for respect for her, they tried to say that Diane was Robert's child.
Mm-hmm.
When, like you said, it could very well have been Dumont's.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, but that's who she wanted to marry, was Robert. Even though he made her marry this old man.
Mm-hmm.
And then she turned around and told him after a few years that she didn't want to be married to him no more.
To the old guy, to Dumont.
Yeah, she
No,
told
not
Dumont.
Dumont.
She told Dumont she didn't want to be married to that old man she made her marry.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the man who owned Robert didn't want his slave to have children with a slave he did not own, because he would not own our children, right? One day, Robert owner caught him in my house, and he had Robert beat so bad that Robert died at the back at the house. Robert had already remarried,
Okay.
before he died.
Okay.
He beat him in front of her,
Okay.
and Dumont stopped it. Dumont stopped the beating,
Mm-hmm.
and then they took him back,
Mm-hmm.
and I think he beat him again, and then he made him marry one of his slaves.
Mm-hmm.
He married the slave,
Mm-hmm.
and it was sometime after that he
Mhm.
died,
Okay.
and they said that he probably died because from all of the beatings that he had.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why Robert did not live.
Mm-hmm.
But he ended up marrying another slave.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so right back to where I was. Okay, and Robert.
He had Robert beat so bad that
One day.
Robert died.
Yeah, and Robert died. Robert died one day. I don't want. Okay. Oops. Robert died. Okay, just like that, the man I love was dead. You folks listening here to old Sojourner,
Hey, Jack.
don't.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
don't know me, don't know me, but trust that what you hear me say directly from God.
It's directly from God.
Let me say is directly from God. And I am merely a tool in the arsenal
Mm-hmm.
being used to tame this
Harsh.
hard world.
Okay. Can you actually give me that line again from you folks listening here?
Mhm. For, okay, you folks listening here to Old Sojourner don't know me, but trust that what you hear me say is directly from God, and I am merely a tool in the arsenal being used to tame this harsh, hard world.
Yeah.
May 29th, 1851, Women's Convention, Akron, Ohio. I want to say, yeah, here it goes. I want to say a few words about this matter. I am for a women's rights. I thought you said I am women's rights.
Maybe she did. So we have
Oh,
again. This is draft.
I am for women's rights. I have as much muscle as any man and can do as much work as any man. I have plowed and raked and husked and trucked and mowed, and can any man do more than that? I have heard much about the sexes being equal. I can carry as much as any man and can eat as much too, if I can get it. I gotta say that one more funnier. See, I can carry as much as any man and can eat as much as and can eat as much too, if I can get it. I am as strong as any man that is now. As for intellect, all I can say is if a woman have a pint and a man a quart, why can't she have her little pint full? You need not be afraid to give us our rights for fear. We will take too much, for we can't take more than our pint full. The poor man seems to be all in confusion and don't know what to do. Why, children, if you have if you have women's rights, give it to her, and you will feel the better. You will have had your own see. You will have your own rights, and they won't be so much trouble. I can't read, but I can hear. I have heard the Bible and have learned that Eve caused man to sin. Well, if Jesus,
Well, if woman.
did I skip over something?
You skipped over a line.
Yeah. Well, if woman upset the world, do give her a chance to set it right side up again. The lady has spoken about Jesus. That was a lady who was at the convention.
Okay.
That spoke before she got up.
Okay.
As well, the lady spoke about Jesus. Now, he never spurred women from him. And she was right. When Lazarus died, Mary and Martha came to him with faith and love and besought him to raise their brother. And Jesus wept, and Lazarus came forth. Did I skip something?
Mm-mm.
And Lazarus came forth. And how came Jesus into the world? Through God who created him and the woman who bore him. Man, where was your part? But the woman, but the woman, but the women are coming up, blessed by God, and a few of the men are coming up with them. But man is in a tight place. The poor slave is on him. Women is coming on him. He is surely between a hawk and a buzzard. Okay.
Okay. And then we have,
Oh, okay. All right. So Jonah speaks about the
I don't know if we're going to keep this. In fact, we probably will not.
that's
Mm,
somebody else with
Yeah.
the video,
yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
camera or something.
I think that had something to do with it being, yeah, we were at the
Lights down.
Africana.
Yeah.
So,
This one I really want to perfect the speech because she had everybody I don't know what you call it what's that word trance mesmerized is it mesmerized that word
mesmerized.
when you got everybody almost like in a trance when they speak. So I think that's right, mesmerized.
Mesmerized.
Yeah,
mesmerized.
she had the whole audience to be everybody who heard her when they heard her speak at that convention. They all basically said the same thing that because did I know you read the report from Robert from the reporter?
I haven't read it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what's his name? The reporter Marcus Robinson. Yeah, Marcus Robinson. He was a reporter for the anti-slave Bugle. I think it's the name of the newspaper. And in fact, it was a copy. I got something I wanted you to see. I think I do.
Where's
think
the
I
book?
have it here.
Where's the book?
This is it's not.
Take it back?
It's not in the book. This
Okay.
is not
Yeah,
in
I'm
the
just
book.
going through it now while you're looking for that.
Okay.
Oh, I had this book before. It burned in the fire.
No, it may not come up because I still need the internet. Okay. Do you remember that password for
Trinity.
yeah, it was an easy password too.
It's on the table in the hallway there.
Let me see.
You have it in your memory?
Okay. Trinity. Oh gosh, it was an easy password. Oh, gosh.
I want to say Trinity 123 or something like that, wasn't it?
I think so.
Was it that?
I try it with a capital. Incorrect.
I can go look and see.
I'll call her because she remembered.
Who?
Um,
Darlene?
I'm sorry. I've been, I never was good with names before my memory started acting up.
Oh, this I think I see.
At least the good thing is when they tested me for on my memory, they said if it's something that I'm paying a lot of attention to and repeating it more than once, I'm okay. They said I wasn't. I thought I was having Alzheimer's. They said no. The test showed that that wasn't it. It was just that I was under a lot of pressure.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good.
Yeah, it was.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was. Under a lot of pressure, and they said, and it might be some of it might be MS.
Hey, Darlene, how you doing? Oh, okay. So you'll get an answer right away. So Julie and I are here at the church, and what's the password to get online to the internet?
There. What?
He's doing.
Huh?
He's doing.
I'm trying to get the password to put in here.
What's wrong with
I
didn't
know
put
we're
the
just being
password
lazy. I
in.
just wanted to talk to you also to say hey.
I put the password
So
in for you.
Trinity 2015, try that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Trinity 2015.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
All right. So then if you get the set up and the test on Tuesday, then you think you can
Trinity
be back on
2015.
Thursday. Well, don't forget to make your transportation reservations.
It's coming.
Did that work?
You have a scarf in your head.
Oh, okay, great. All right, I think it did. Did it work?
I'm waiting for it to ask me for the password
Oh, okay.
because it was this one or not this one. It was. I mean, it was this one and not guess.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm waiting for it to ask me for the password.
Yes, you got Trinity Episcopal up there. And
Yeah, and then I gotta put
but if it's not that, then I'll walk up there and look at it and see what it is. So, I did want to tell you one thing. In terms of the title of the event, it's the 12 Days of Turner, not Nat Turner.
It's coming.
Being picky, but there it is. All right.
I'm waiting for it to
I'll
ask for the
talk to you. I'll
password.
talk to you later then, okay? Sounds good. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Let's take forever.
I was waiting for it to ask me for the password. It did the last time. Let me see if I hit that.
Oh,
It's not asking me for the password. X.
Got it.
it's Mary Beach Stowe
Asking.
and her brother. Okay.
That domino is so good.
Huh?
It's a domino so good.
It is okay. Why don't you go ahead back on over there so I can do this, okay? Just doggone one we all kind of okay. I think it's coming. Not iPhone. I could do iPhone.
Who's that? That's Frederick Douglass with his good-looking self. Douglass was a Mac daddy.
Oh, you're looking for the pictures?
Yeah, I'm just looking and showing, putting them on the.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of them.
Is that showing up right? I wonder.
Oh, let me call Latasha. Derek. Let me call your mama. Get my pouch, my red pouch, or take the phone out for me. Just take the phone out.
Oh, this is the chick who did the lying.
Hmm?
This is the chick who lied and everything.
This is a young picture of her.
Mm-hmm.
No, she looked much older than that. When she did what she did, she was much older.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a very young picture of her.
Hello.
Hey, she's got to be out of here at 4 o'clock. So if you can get here early enough to get us, you can get here a few minutes before 4. Okay,
Okay.
or a quarter to or 10 minutes to something like that.
Okay.
All right, come back.
What you say? Oh, you got it?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, she looks like she's upset about something.
Wait a minute. Oh, Derek. You no. You give me back my phone. You give me my phone. You try to be sneaky. Come on now. Give me my phone.
I was calling.
Yeah. No, I need it for something. Now you go ahead on and do what you was doing over there.
Harriet Tubman. These shanties. Where people lived. Pig pens.
Okay. I'll get the hotspot. I'm not gonna be on that one. Okay. So my daughter won't be having. Okay.
Conniptions.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes.
That's Frances Ellen Watkins Hopper.
Mm.
I know I'm just identifying some of these images.
Okay. Now it was in the. I sent. It's in one of the. Okay.
Francis Titus was a business manager for Sojourner
Okay.
Truth.
Right.
Hello. Hey. That's exactly right. I'm at the church. Why? What's up? Oh, okay. Well, actually, it's just kind of in a lull here. What's a brilliant idea? Mm-hmm. Yep.
I want to do the same thing, but instead of painting,
Mm-hmm.
they learn how to play steel drums. They learn
Mm-hmm.
how to play a song.
Wow.
And yeah, because there's certain songs that's easy enough, but still a good enough time that like they can learn it within 2 hours. But I'm gonna call it Pacific Jam. You feel me? And I'm gonna market it towards Black women ages 25 and up because they be the ones that demographic
Mm-hmm.
always looking for stuff to do, like little cute stuff with their friends, and they
Mm-hmm.
love wine. That
Mm-hmm.
demographic loves wine.
Mm-hmm.
So if we, and the way that Bev's place is set up, you've been there because we had a
Mm-hmm.
birthday party over there.
Mm-hmm.
Like she has all nicely decorated on that one side. So if I
Mm-hmm.
have a section of girls that's not learning at that time, they
Mm-hmm.
can be eating little cheese and fruits and sipping on the wine,
Mm-hmm.
and the other section could be learning the song. And I'm gonna teach songs like 90s song like "Can We Talk" by Tevin Campbell and stuff like that. Like it's gonna be a vibe, and ain't nobody doing that.
No, that sounds like a great idea.
Thank you. And I told Beth about it, and she was like, "Let's do it." Because I was like, as soon as I texted her this morning, I was like, "I got a bomb ass idea," and she called me immediately. And she
Mm-hmm.
was like, I was like, you know how people just paint and stuff? And she cut me off. She said, but with the music, let's do it. Come on. I was like, yes, that's gonna be perfect.
No, it's gonna be
So
great.
yeah. And
Yeah.
like we just charge like $20 to get in to do it, whatever they register or
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be perfect. Like
Yep.
what?
Yep. Yep.
Cause I was trying to figure out, I was like, how do I get the adults? Because I realize adults don't necessarily want to do it long term, like your kids
Right.
would,
Right.
but they would do it for a day or two just to check it out,
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
learn a song. Come
Absolutely.
on, it's an activity. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yep. 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 It's already gonna be successful. Just the idea of it all.
thank you. I'm so excited. So I got promoted, but she told me I because they're actually doing an actual paint and sip in there tomorrow. And
Mm-hmm.
she was like, just come in there tomorrow and start and talk to my clients. You can come play real quick and just let them know what you got going on. I know
Mm-hmm.
that should start this quick then. So
No, it really is a great idea. It really is.
thank you.
But
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm
well, look,
excited.
I'm going to get back to what I'm doing here. We're developing a piece about Sojourner Truth, and
Oh, okay.
here's another space that it will work in this space right here too. So I want to get on the schedule.
Well, I mean, moving on that quick, the back and forth is the hard part.
I know,
It's a quick.
it's a great fundraiser too. So I mean, I definitely want to get it, and I want to get a piece of it. So
Okay, we'll talk.
okay, sounds good. All right,
All right.
bye bye.
Okay, bye.
The Sojourner Truth Project. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
now this guy who debated
Go ahead, Diane.
the two speeches
Mm-hmm.
here, the Library of Congress, where you can find newspaper articles,
Woo! Look at that dance.
is right here. When he that man put it in, wrote the article. Here it is. Women's Right Convention. It was in the anti-slavery bugle.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he wrote in the paper
Mm-hmm.
a few days later.
Mm-hmm.
This is the speech. This is proof of the speech right here.
Mm-hmm. Can you do a screenshot?
Okay, let's see. Because, and then he talked about, one of the most unique and interesting speeches of the convention was made by Sojourner Truth, an emancipated slave. It is impossible to transfer it to paper or convey any adequate idea of the effect it produced upon the audience. Those only can appreciate it who saw her powerful form, powerful form. What's that powerful form? It's like it's something
Yeah.
in the middle there. Powerful form. Her
Powerful
whole,
form. Yeah, this is form.
her whole souled,
Earnest gestures.
yes, conscious gestures, and listen to her strong and truthful tone. She came forward to the platform and addressed the president and said, who was the president of who was Francis Cage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She was the one seeing over the convention. because I went to the Library of Congress.
Mm-hmm.
But when I went to Library of Congress, they listed everything that happened on that convention the first day,
Mm-hmm.
but it didn't have anything listed for the second day. They didn't
Mhm.
record the second day of the
Mm-hmm.
convention.
Mm-hmm.
This part of the Library of Congress is for you can get newspapers, but I went to Library of Congress to get the written report of everything that happened at the
Mhm.
convention.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I found out that Francis Case was the one that was seeing over the convention.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And see, she turned around and pulled that little trick there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me see if I can get a screen. The only thing is, you get a screenshot of just, oh, he's talking about it, and then down here, he gives the speech of what she
Okay.
said.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Yeah, so it's not going to be very big.
Oh, you can only get a screenshot. You can't get it like of sections.
I could. I was just trying to get. I could do the speech part because I see it goes up to.
Yeah, do the speech.
It goes up to here, I believe, right? No, wait a minute. Let me make sure now. It's like that's something else. Yeah, that was something else. That was something else. Her speech starts here and it ends here. This down here is another issue they had in the paper about something else.
Mm-hmm.
So all you need is just a screenshot of this part.
It's cold in here.
Gotta remember how to do the screenshot over here. I think it's here. How do I do it? Okay, I got it.
Okay.
So I just have to send it to you.
Okay.
I'm not sure where. Let's see if we can go to pictures. Let's see, that's where it went. So I can send it to you. Okay. I just took recents. Okay. Here it is.
Perfect.
Send it to make sure I got the whole thing right. And I have a few words. Okay. Yeah, that's it. But managing a tight space here. Okay. Uh, it should pop up. Okay. Okay. I'm sending it to you. Okay. Now, I guess I have to put your phone number in it because this is my daughter's. This is Ayana's. This is Ayana's iPad.
Okay.
That she bought a new one, but
Okay.
she haven't wiped it. She haven't erased everything out of here
Mm-hmm.
and turned it over to me officially.
Right.
So it's still considered hers. So when I send it to you, it's going to look like it's coming from Ayana.
Okay.
So it doesn't have any of my contacts in here.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to put your phone number in
Okay.
and your phone number.
757 609 7066.
Okay, I hope it sends like that. Let's see. Okay, you can check and see if you got it.
Usually it would ding if it's arrived.
Oh, let's see.
Not yet.
And let's see.
Well, hopefully we'll get there.
And I want to send you this to. I can send you the link.
I think that's it.
Okay, let me get your phone number again.
757
Mm-hmm.
609 7066.
757-609-7066.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm sending you is.
Did you try to send it to my Facebook?
No,
Cause
it
something,
didn't go there, did it?
it said Facebook upload failed. Well, who did that? Did
No,
I
I
do
just
that?
sent it to the phone number.
Okay.
I don't know if this sends things to Facebook automatically. It shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Because y'all don't even use Facebook like that.
Mm-hmm.
So is that where it went?
It may not have been you. It might have been something that just happened at this point while we were working here.
See if you got what I was trying to send you was this.
I didn't get that.
I was trying to send you this right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I don't have anything from
comparison
you.
of both speeches, and he has them side by side. He has
Oh,
his
perfect. Oh, perfect. Yeah, I want that,
yeah,
definitely.
and he talks about it. He was the first one
Mm-hmm.
that I saw with the man who wrote this article
Mm-hmm.
about the speeches,
Mm-hmm.
and I said, man,
Yeah, I definitely want that one.
so
Let's see. Do you have?
he compared the speeches. It was actually it
Can
was
you
it was
do
longer than this. The original was longer than this.
Can you do the share and share it to my email?
Okay,
Share.
and that's this right here.
Mm-hmm. And then we get choices about where to share it with. What's your email? You use.
I use AOL. Me and my daughter use AOL.
Okay, so
Now I could just wait till I get home and use my own computer,
mm-hmm.
and so it'll be coming from me. It'd be easier than having to go through that because I don't know how that iPad works.
Yeah.
That's okay, Derek. Did you drink all your drink?
Hit email.
Where? Okay.
So they're coming from. Yeah, just put my email in here.
Okay, which I don't.
Yeah,
I have to look on my phone.
I'll tell it to you.
Mhm.
I'll tell it to you.
Okay.
Sherry, SHERI. Bailey, Bailey. 500.
500
Number 500. Yeah. At Gmail.
.com.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I touched this right here.
I don't know.
Nope. Do I touch this? Nope. That's the capital. Let me hit return. See if that do it.
They don't make it easy, do they?
It seemed like it would be. Okay, let's hit it again. It's lit now, so all right.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So,
All right. So we got that.
yeah.
So you wrote all this?
Mm-hmm.
See, you're the one who could do this stuff here. But it would have took me.
I think it just showed up. Let me see.
Boy, I have to have a clear mind to sit down and do this. You know? And my mind is not clear. I'm all jumping up about what I have to do with preparing for this thing we're supposed to be doing,
Mm-hmm.
Christmas. Man,
Yeah, let's
because
look.
there's so many of us involved, but I feel as though that a lot of this has fallen on me. You know, even though it's all my daughters and my daughter boyfriend, Latasha's boyfriend, and it's my husband, Greg.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
What? Ayana
Yeah.
Sanders.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's a Yana.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like I said, she gave me this iPad, but she haven't wiped it clean. You know, when you turn something over to somebody, you gotta wipe it clean. She hasn't done that yet. So it really the thing is really hers.
Let's see here.
I used to get her phone calls on that. Yeah, every time somebody called her, the iPad would ring, and I that was aggravating.
Oh, this is great. Compare the two speeches. Oh,
Yeah,
good.
that article that he wrote, it was a long article. It was real good, but that's part of the article because I have I think the whole article on my laptop. It's quite a few pages, but it's good. I mean, he talks about um, a lot of stuff. It's it's just really good. Um, you know, I didn't like the comment. In fact, from the man that I picked this up from,
Mm-hmm.
he made a comment of making it seem as though that it is not enough proof that she did not say the other one.
Mm.
Yeah, let me go back to that one. He says that here. Uh, okay. This article, Sojourner Truth, Ain't I a Woman's Speech, may not have contained that famous phrase. During Sojourner Truth's famous 1851 speech at the Women's Right Convention in Akron, Ohio, she used the phrase, Ain't I a woman? 4 times to emphasize the need to fight for equal rights for African American women, or say a transcript of the speech that was published 12 years later now, 12 years later.
Mm-hmm.
And then it says follows, abolitionist Francis Cage published Truth Speech in the New York Independent. That's another
Mm-hmm.
newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
In 1863. In 1863 now, it was published in the New York Independent. But little of it lines up with the transcript published a month after the convention. It was less than a month by Marcus Robinson, an anti-slavery bugle. To this day, the accuracy of both transcripts is constantly being debated, with the two versions being pent against each other side by experts, including the Sojourner Truth Project, which and that was what
Mm-hmm.
Sojourner Project shows reason why the man feels that way because he got a copy of the actual newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
You can't debate that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, but
And he
one
did it
thing,
immediately.
yeah. But when they was first talking about the newspaper, I says, well, how can I get a copy of the newspaper? And I tried to get a copy of the newspaper,
Mm-hmm.
but I went to the thing of commerce, and then it gives you this category that you have to choose from, and I didn't know how to choose the right one to get that particular paper.
Mm-hmm.
So evidently, this guy, when people started saying that, debating him, he must have finally printed it because it wasn't printed on the internet
Mm-hmm.
when I first started trying to find it.
Mm-hmm.
But he says, but one thing for certain, whatever her syntax
Mm-hmm.
that day, the words Truth spoke were powerful and will forever be remembered as one of the greatest speeches of the women's right. Born into slavery, Truth was so, we know about her being so owned by, we know that, reportedly inspired, yeah. I didn't not run away. I walked away by daylight, okay. I'm trying to get to the part where he tried to say that that he believed the speech was real. Okay, she changed her name, 18, as, right, okay. There are several accounts of Truth. Okay, there are several accounts of what Truth said in her speech. The
Mm-hmm.
following year, the Women's Rights Convention, according to New Republic, a number of ministers had invaded. Yeah, see the exaggeration. According to the New Republic, a number of ministers had invaded the hall uninvited and monopolized the decision, quoting biblical texts to the effect that women should eschew all activities except those of children bearing, homemakers, and servants to their husbands. Now,
And they actually had the nerve to put it in writing.
the thing about it is the convention was 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
I read somewhere that all this interruption, they did not see that interruption. I believe that if there was interruption, it might have been the first day.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it wasn't when Sojourner Truth got up.
Mm-hmm.
But Frances Cage, and she writes her version, she puts down there was interruption before she got up. The people were saying, don't let her speak, don't let her speak.
She was angling from the very beginning.
Supposedly that didn't ever happen.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, taking place at High Street Old Stone Church, the gifted speaker didn't outrightly prepare anything, but when she heard these comments, she couldn't sit still. That's Frances Cage saying that.
Mm-hmm.
Truth stepped up and spoke out extemporaneously,
Yeah.
or as the New Republic says, suddenly she boomed out of the harsh audience.
The hushed audience.
That's the Cage version. And the words she said are now what so hotly debates by historians even today. The version that was printed by Robinson a month later started out, may I say a few words.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say a few words about this matter. I am women's rights. That final sentence is as close as it gets to the phrasing, ain't I a woman, which we know the speech as today. In the second version printed a dozen years later, ain't I a woman, is used 4 times and even detailed by some historians as ain't I a woman. The newest version weaves the phrase throughout, poetically showing the hardship women face. I want to get to the part where they trying to say that it was right. Let me get to that. Between the two versions also raise potential issues. What some say the latter captures truth Afro-Dutch dialect was accurately many. Okay, I think he was saying that her that the dialect that Cage used had the Dutch accent in it, but they're trying to justify. No, no, no. The lady lied. While there were similarities in essence, the dispute transcripts hardly line up, making a debut overly accuracy still rage today. Wait a minute. The only section reads that men over there say that the women needed to be helped over characters. Nobody ever helps me over characters, okay? And ain't I a woman could I when I get at them bearded harsh and cry out, Jesus heard me and I a woman. While there are similarities in essence, the dispute transcripts hardly line up, making a debut over accuracy still rage today. Some researchers point to the fact that some of the statements in Cage's version simply aren't true. For instance, Truth only had 5 children, not 13, an inaccuracy that immediately pokes holes in the later version. That Cage, that said Cage herself was a poet and may have taken artistic license to embellish
Please.
and emphasize the statements, or perhaps she simply meant them to be a fictionalized representation the plight of all women. The dialect differences between the two versions also raise potential issues, with some saying the latter captures Truth Afro-Dutch dialect more accurately. Many readings of Truth's famous speech have been recorded, including some by notable artists like Kerry, I don't know who that is, Kerry Washington and Alfred as
Alfred Woodard, yeah.
the color purple boy, Alice Walker. No, no, come on, now. That's exaggeration. That's exaggeration. That's exaggeration. Alice Walker, come on. What they trying to say? What they trying to say? They're trying to say that these people during Alice Walker time, and I don't know about these other two people.
Those are
They
actors.
I messed it up. But I
Okay.
If you need someone to alarm the building because they're leaving and you're still working, just call me and I can pop over from the house and alarm the building.
Well, thank you. Is anyone still here?
The organist is here.
Jack, okay. So, yeah, we're looking to leave in a few minutes, actually, around 4
Oh,
o'clock.
okay.
Yeah.
Then that's fine. He'll probably still be, he sounded like he'd only gotten through half of the service.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Thank you, Anne Marie.
See you tomorrow. Are these ready to, not yet?
I bet you any amount of money these two people.
No, we didn't put names on them yet.
Yeah,
We'll do that tomorrow.
yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
And we'll hang them up. If the winds finally die down, it's probably good we didn't put it up earlier anyhow.
These two people
Mhm.
and Alice Walker were born in the 1990s.
No. The Alice Walker is like older than we are.
Hmm.
She's like she's 70s. Yeah,
Uh,
Kerry Washington, Alfred Woodard's in her 60s.
okay, so you know these people.
Yeah, they're actors.
So which means they were born in our time.
Yeah.
Francis Cage had put that lie out in 18 something.
Okay.
So that's all we knew
Right.
until recently.
Right.
So trying to say that whatever reason he's trying to say that they are proof that that first version is true. No, because that's all we knew was a Cage's version.
Okay. Okay.
You know, we didn't know about or the one that was printed in Anti-Bugle.
Okay.
So I can't go along. I can't go along with that. Okay, all three readings follow the latter transcript contain ain't I a woman phrasing with audience laughing knowingly throughout the speech. Whether or not those words were used, true settlement was considered extreme at the time as she advocated the political equality for all women. And more than a century since her speech, Truth's words continue to resonate with generations being taught in schools and AI on women
Embalmed,
embalmed,
emblazoned.
oh, emblazoned on T-shirts, posters, pins, and more. Truth continues speaking throughout the rest of her life, advocating for women's right, equality, and suffering until her death in Battle Creek, Michigan. Okay, so
So your argument is that because the modern people in our generation, we're not taking it seriously in terms of like what the actual speech is.
I think from not from this too, but I've read other stuff recently that knows that even though that may not have been what she said, that the speech that Cage wrote was more exciting.
Oh,
Yeah, it was more exciting, more, you know.
commercial.
Yeah, and the one that she really said didn't have the same flair. I mean, I had the same flair. Well, like the man said, if you were there,
Right,
you know, you can put on paper
right,
the effect she had on the audience.
right,
That's
right,
why what Cage was trying to do was write something that would have given that same effect
right,
if you read it.
right,
So she changed it around.
right.
But you know, she made her look like a old country southern
Right,
nigga.
right,
That's how
right,
she made
right,
her
right,
look.
right, right. And you're actually touching on something else that's important here. This is why theater, the one-on-one live theater, is so important, and because it is a moment that can't be uh, shared easily. You know, if you're not there, you don't
can't.
know exactly what happened. You have to be there in order for it to have the impact of what live theater is all about, which is why we'll always need it, because we'll always need to have human beings in the same space communicating with each other.
Mm.
So theater is never going to go away. But how we document it becomes what the issue is here. You know, so they are knowingly, you know, sharing the lie,
Hmm.
so they can never get close to the actual experience of what was there. And that's what you're doing here, is making the actual live experience real.
I wish I could find that what I read that somebody went to the scholar and showed him proof that she did not say those words.
Mhm.
And the man said, well,
Whatever.
yeah, he said, well, you're right, but
Right,
the cancer's, you
right,
know, it sounds better.
Right.
They just like the way it sounded.
right, right.
So
right.
he did not want to go against. He
Mhm.
didn't want to go against it because of that.
Isn't that something?
He said, leave it like that. Leave it the way
So
it is.
basically, they're saying the truth doesn't matter.
No,
We want just to kind of get people's attention.
everybody liked the one Cage wrote,
Right.
and right now
They like the lie.
that's the one that's been out all this time.
Mm-hmm.
And but black people aren't feeling like that. They feel that she was more truthful in it, but she wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she wasn't truthful.
Mhm.
I didn't know that Sojourner Truth was didn't speak English until she was 10 years
Nine,
old.
nine,
I didn't
10.
know that.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
so it's obvious that she couldn't have talked the way she's making it seem like she did.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just it's an insult to us.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mhm.
people may not understand,
Mhm.
or a white person may not understand why we would feel that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, exactly. That again, this is why this is important to do, because it is kind of like not just the the lie about the speech and everything like that, but just what it all means. So you want to start off this with the speech? Is that how you think you want to start it off?
No, no. I like where you got it there.
Okay.
Yeah, but that since you already wrote it, I don't have to worry about it. Right? Woo!
Yeah, I'm
Man.
gonna change this into like a script form.
Only thing I have to do with this is check certain words, to do with the accent. But
Well, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna change it into a script form
okay,
and email that to you, and it'll be easier to read without all of
Okay.
the notes and stuff like that.
yeah, I just gotta check that.
Is that somebody at the door? Yeah, it is a phone, but let's see if there's somebody back there. Usually they knock on the door. Nobody? Okay. Yeah,
There's nobody out there.
that must be somebody at the front door.
Okay.
I can't help them.
I guess somebody else out there. It's some other people on the other side, right?
There's somebody in the playing the organ, practicing on the organ,
Oh, okay.
but he comes through here. Yeah. Okay, so I guess we need to start packing up.
Yeah. Natasha, hopefully she's, she drives kind of fast, so
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, we're in no rush.
let's see what. I was going to tell you that me and Ayana's been discussing a lot about Tyler Perry.
Mm-hmm.
She is insulted because she's been watching Sisters. Have you seen Sisters?
Mm-mm.
I saw must be maybe 5 episodes of Sisters,
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't interested in watching no more.
Really, what's wrong?
She noticed that the way he portrays women, she